Shalom. I want to start this off by giving honor, praise, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWAH. Peace and salutations to the elect men of Israel, starting with the elder apostles and bishops of GMS, the great millstone, on down to the rest of you brothers and the brothers I labor with, who all push forth the will and doctrine of YAHAWAH in all faith, truth, and sincerity, according to the true understanding of the scriptures. To all of you, I say shalom. So this is 2 Corinthians 4 in verse 3 through 4 in the GNT. It says, "For if the gospel we preach is hidden, it is hidden only from those who are being lost." It says, "They do not believe because their minds have been kept in the dark by the evil god of this world." It says, "He keeps them from seeing the light shining on them, the light that comes from the good news about the gospel of Mashiach, who is the exact likeness of the Most High." Right? And I had seen this, and just if further, expanded on, the meditation and message, in one of my previous lessons that I had brought out, right, bringing that Proverbs 21:16 out, and that Proverbs 21:16 says, "The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead." You see? So this is not all by chance. This is all happening intentionally because you got a lot of our people that are choosing to basically be in the dark, because the things that's of the Lord aren't things that are conducive with what they want. They're not aligned with the things that they want to do, right? The only time people really try to deal with the Lord, these fake ass Christians try to deal with the Lord, is when it's convenient for them and what it is that they're trying to do, right? But most of the shit that they trying to do is all wicked shit that the Lord doesn't approve of. So because they're not looking to have, their ways and the things that they do align with the Lord, it has them in a position to where they're continually lost and kept in the dark, right? And being lost and kept in the dark, you have no light, right? And you have no life, right? You're not following along after YAHAWASHI, Yahawah Ba'ashim YAHAWASHI, Yahweh through YAHAWASHI, right? You're not looking to have YAHAWASHI truly a part of you and you to be a part of YAHAWASHI. Because if you did, when he knocked, you would answer, right? Just to get that real quick, Revelation 3:20, it says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice," you see? So a lot of our people are actively shutting their ears off, if you will, turning away. They're looking to do the opposite. They're looking to stay blind. They're looking to be in a position of not knowing. That way they not held accountable. They like, what I don't know won't hurt me, and that's off as hell, because that's exactly what's gonna hurt you, right? That don't make no sense, because what does Hosea 4:6 go on to say? "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge." You see? And then it go on to show you that it's through our people choosing to be negligent, having no knowledge, ignorant. They're choosing not to hear the voice of the Lord, right? But for those that do, it says, "If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and will sup with him and he with me." You see? So when you are in that estate, in that position, you're allowing the Lord to be with you, to help build with you, and you're actually being a labor together with him, right? You're showing him that you're worthy of getting an increase that's actually kind of manifesting and is gonna be established in a way to where it ain't gonna move and it ain't gonna fall or decay, because it was founded in the Lord, right? And that's why it's important for us to do what? Isaiah 55:6, it says, "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon." You see? So we got to seek him. And just like how we was going into, yesterday during the midweeks, right? How do you seek him? Brought this out. Isaiah 34:16 says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read." You see? And why? Why is it so important for us to read? It says, "No one of these shall fail," right? Meaning the Lord's instruction, meaning the Lord's wisdom, right? His doctrine, right? His voice, his way of doing things, his love and protection. Those things aren't going to fail, right? You being and operating within the Lord is what's going to allow you to be able to endure all the chaos that's to come and receive that salvation, right? Plain and simple. And that's what's beautiful about understanding these scriptures. Because these scriptures, it says what? 2 Timothy 3:16. "All scripture is given by inspiration of God, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness." Right? And you have your mind meditating on these things, to state on these things, right? Putting your trust in the Lord, right? And you actively seeking to gain that understanding. The Lord gonna allow wisdom to be able to come upon you and to help guide you, right? Help you with the know-how in regards to how to operate those instructions that's given, right? For what purpose? That the man of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. You see? So that's why we gotta lean upon these scriptures. That's why we are looking to find out what the good news is. Find out what the Lord was really trying to say, right? What he approves of or what he doesn't approve of, right? And standing 10 toes down for him as well, They say in right here, Baruch 3:9, it says, "Hear Israel," right? Which means that here again goes into understand. It says, "The commandments of life, give ear to understand wisdom." You see? So you got to hear that the Lord's voice. You give an ear is you giving Ursulaki, you hearing the you actively looking to hear the Lord's voice, is you give an ear to understand wisdom. Because when the Lord come in and sup with you, right, that's when he gonna be able to give you the wisdom, give you the know-how, give you the instruction, right? He gonna say, refrain from these things, don't do these things. He gonna give you the know-how, right? Why? A lot of the shit that's promoted in this world is shit that the Lord doesn't approve of. Even amongst those that say that they believe and they are of the Lord, all the shit that they go on to do is traditions of men and nothing of the Lord. These fake ass holidays and all these different get-togethers, how much get together, what they doing when they're together, just nonsense. Nothing that's actually aligned with the Most High, right? His mission, his objective, right? And how that's in favor for us, really, if we take heed to it, because it just brings us to salvation, simply put. So I'm going to end it here in Proverbs 3. Proverbs 3 and 1, I'm going to read through 7. It says, my son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. You see? And that ain't a suggestion. That's ultimately commandment. You know? He telling you do this. Right? Keep your mind on his commandments. Right? That's you seeking this book and reading. Right? Seeking out his wisdom, seeking out the Lord. It says, for length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. And that's his spirit, because Solomon, when he had prayed and treated the Lord, right, was talking to the Lord, and when the Lord told him to ask, you know what I'm saying, he'd give it. Solomon asked for the Lord's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? And because of him asking for that and not, a long life, right, his enemies' hands, riches, and things like that, he was going to be given all those things, right, and more, on a whole nother level other than what's ever been seen, But that's all through the Lord's wisdom, you see? So that's why we are to, again, what it say here, right? Baruch 3 and 9, hear Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom. Continuing, it says, let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck. Write them upon the table of thine heart. You see? You want to keep, this is that yoke that you want to keep upon you. You know? You want to keep this close to you, though. Right? You keep this close to you, you're going to have comfort and peace given to you. You want to keep this as your backbone. You know? These are your principles that you lean upon, that you hold to, you stand for. It says, so shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man. You see? It says, verse 5, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. You see? Don't just be trying to do shit how it make you feel, or, you know what I'm saying, what you want through the flesh. You should be looking to have things, obtain things through the Spirit, right? Things that are aligned with the Lord through the Spirit, because those are the things that the Lord's going to increase. It says, in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. You see? That's that being on the straight and narrow, right? On the path to salvation, on the path to getting on the ships, on the path to getting those new bodies, spiritual power, right? It says, be not wise in thine own eyes. You see? Be not wise in thine own eyes. It says, fear the Lord and depart from evil. And that evil is the things of the world, the things of the flesh, right? The Lord not with this world and the lust thereof. He with the world to come. The world of YAHAWASHI. Right? When everything is made right, put right side up, not upside down. So, you looking to actively be of the Lord's word and of his spirit, right? Which is to be of his words, to be of YAHAWASHI, right? YAHAWASHI. If you are a part of that, you're not going to be in a position to be dead, right? To be a part of the congregation of the dead, being in the dark and having no light, right? Being lost out here. You're going to be in a position to have that light, have that oil, right? And to be able to make it onto the end. And that's our objective. So keep pushing, keep seeking the Lord, keep reading, giving a chance to reading. All right. So with that, I'm going to give all the praise and glory to Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWAH. Till next time, so on.